Good morning, interwebs. So we got something a little different today. We're not on our way to go and work on the Nugget. We're actually going to go and look at a car trailer. So obviously we can't drive this thing to the track, and there's a fair chance after a couple of runs we're not going to be able to drive it home either. So yeah, I've been looking at trailers, but for anyone that hasn't bought a car trailer, they are super expensive. And to find one that's in decent condition and not wrecked is like trying to find hen's teeth, unicorn semen, a CrossFitter that doesn't want to talk about CrossFit. We found this guy. He's about 2 hours drive from where we are. He's a farmer, and he bought this trailer and he put it on Gumtree for a really good price with no photos. So obviously nobody's called him because he didn't have any photos. But my old man found it, and he gave him a call and asked him to send through some pics, and it looks pretty good. So my old man's meeting me there, and we're going to check it out, and hopefully we've got ourselves a trailer so we can get this thing to events. So let's see how it goes. It doesn't take long in Victoria to get into the country, and then when you get out there is a lot of very straight roads like this. No lines, just long straight roads. That will do the trick. A bit longer than I need, but it's pretty good. And we've got a trailer. And look, the bloody indicators work. That's got to be the first trailer in Australia where the brake lights and the indicators freaking work. It's actually in really good condition. It's a homemade one, so it's not yeah, like it's not a fancy branded one, but the homemade ones are just as good if they're built properly, and they have to be inspected. And it looks fantastic, and it's got a winch on it. It's got the ramps and everything. It'll need a little bit of work. The slave cylinders for the brakes are Cactus, but they're not overly expensive, so we'll pull that apart, bleed the system, and probably put on some new slave cylinders if they're buggered. Other than that, pretty much ready to roll. It is very long for the XL. It's going to be, we could almost get two on there. Maybe I could like charge people to take their car down to the track as well. But that's fine. It's no problem. If we ever wanted to sell it later on, we're going to do well, because it's yeah, it's a good trailer. So I'm going to follow Dad home, and we'll check it out when we get back to his place. Wow, I shit you not. We just came through this small town, and there was a dude sitting out the front of his house, like not on the veranda, actually on the nature strip out the front on his little stool, playing the banjo. Oh, Deliverance much? Victoria is a pretty nice part of the world. If you've never been here, this is what it looks like when you're only an hour out of Melbourne. It's all nice countryside. It's pretty nice. I dig it. Yeah, certainly if you have a dead engine or whatever, it'd be handy.
That's what it's going to be like when I blow that engine. I got myself a wheel clamp. I got this from a guy who has had a couple of trailers attemptedly nicked from his house, and he bought this one and then sold the trailer before he ever used it. So I got that, and we've got security cameras and locks and gate locks and everything, because people like to nick trailers, but this thing is secure as hell. So I've got a bit of work to do. For some reason it's been extended out the front here. God knows what they had in it, something huge, but none of that's been painted, so I want to paint all that up. The electrics are just horrendous. The lights work really well, but it's all just wired up terribly, so I want to strip all that back and clean that up. All this is shag, so I'm going to get a new master cylinder. Going to redo the brake lines. There's a hard line. It's really weird actually. I've got a hard line that comes all the way down here, does a U-turn here, and goes into this junction box that goes off to the wheels, and then they've got hard lines that go to the wheels, so the hard lines are bouncing up and down, which is bizarre because there's actually a flex line there. So what I'm going to do is put the junction box down on the axle with the hard lines, run the other hard line along the axle because that all travels with the wheel, and then I'll run the flex line. There you go, you can see it there. Flex line from the chassis down to here. There's actually even a grommet there for the flex line, so I don't know what they were doing. It's all pretty weird. So we'll do that, which will be cool. And then I want to clean up the cabling because the cabling is just zip tied all the way along, which is nasty as. So we'll run it in this channel here, clean all that up. Once again, there's bundles of disgusting connections, so we'll solder them and fix all them up. Other than that, it's actually a pretty cool trailer. There's not a whole heap of rust, it just needs a wire brush and a paint, so I'm going to paint up all the bits that are stuffed. There's a little patch of rust in here, which we'll cut out and fix. The ramps are good, the ramps are strong, they're just on these terrible rattly racks, so I want to do something better with that and stop them rattling around. The winch we tried out earlier, which works, which is cool. And we've got ourselves a spare wheel and tyre. So all in all, that's pretty sick. We have a trailer. So I'll do a video soon about fixing the trailer. I know it's not quite as interesting as the little car, but it's something we need, and it's all part of racing. So we'll do a video of that soon, and I've got some parts coming from America for the car, some funky race car stuff, so that should be here in the next few days, and we can do another video. So thanks for watching our little adventure with getting our trailer. See you next time.